English wine's global triumph, conquering odds, earning acclaim. Remember the old joke? English wine, they'd say, was best served with a generous splash of cynicism, perhaps a dash of elderflower, if you were feeling daring. For decades, the very notion of Britain producing world-class wine seemed about as likely as finding a sunny day in November. Well, hold your horses, because that joke is as stale as last week's baguette. English wine, particularly our sparkling varieties, has not just arrived on the global stage, it's taken center stage, racking up international awards and turning the heads of even the most discerning connoisseurs. But how did this happen? How did a nation once synonymous with tea and ale become a serious contender in the fiercely competitive world of viticulture? It's a story rooted deeply in our history, blossoming through sheer grit, ingenious innovation, and a climate that, against all expectations, turned out to be rather perfect for vines after all. Let's uncork the past and explore this truly inspiring British endeavour. To truly understand the modern miracle of English wine, we need to wind the clock back, far further than many might imagine. It was the Romans, those formidable engineers and agriculturalists, who first brought vines to Britannia. They recognized the potential of our southern counties, planting vineyards to supply their garrisons and settlements. While the Roman Empire eventually retreated, the seeds of winemaking were sown. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and English winemaking was surprisingly robust. Monasteries, with their self-sufficiency and dedication to agricultural pursuits, became the primary custodians of viticulture. Records from the Domesday Book in 1086 document over 40 vineyards, primarily in the south and east. Imagine monks tending their vines, producing wines for both religious ceremonies and daily consumption. The climate back then, during what's known as the medieval warm period, was somewhat more forgiving, allowing grapes to ripen sufficiently. However, this initial flourish was not to last. The onset of the Little Ice Age brought colder, wetter conditions, making viticulture increasingly challenging. Coupled with the devastating impact of the Black Death, which depopulated much of the countryside, and later, the dissolution of the monasteries under Henry VIII, English winemaking largely faded. Cheaper, often better, wines from France and Portugal flooded the market, and our national palates settled into a preference for imported claret and port. Read the full story on Britain Direct.